Well, kids, if I've said it once, I've said it 1,000 times. I'm not a fan of meeting women online. I am not a fan of sending money to women that I've met online. And the last thing I would do is try to build a house with a woman that I met online. Well, stay tuned because I'm going to introduce you to a fellow that did just that. All right, well, I'm with my friend James here. And James is a gentleman I was referring to in the introduction, that he met the woman online, sent the woman money online, and then sent the money to build a house online. How'd that work out for you, James?
I think we're going to find out.
Why don't you give us a little background on you, who you are, where you're from?
Well, all right. Well, obviously, James is my name. I'm from the United States. I was born and raised in California, and lived the last 10 years in Arizona. But came out to the Philippines in 2022. Met my wife on Facebook. Met my wife on Facebook. Yes, I know what you're all thinking, right?
Yep. What year did you meet your wife?
2019.
2019. So you were on Facebook, and were you on Facebook dating or one of those app things, or how'd that happen?
Just Facebook, doing some little bit of social media, entertainment, and, just seeing just exploring it.
And so you two started chatting?
Yeah, we started chatting. My friend did her, she accepted it, and we started to chat after that quite a bit. So. And
take us down the road of that relationship.
Well,
where it started and when it got serious.
It got pretty serious. Toward the end of 2019, 2020. We were then, of course, in pandemic years. So I wanted to come out in 2020, but I didn't want to be quarantined, and I really knew nothing about the Philippines or where I would be. So we both elected, hey, I'm just going to stay in the U.S. for a while, get solid with it out here in the Philippines first. And so I ended up coming out in 2022.
Okay.
But before I came out, I started to build a home out there.
Okay. All right. And you were doing this online with her. So I'm going to say you chatted with her from 2019, around 2020. Is that when you decided that you could fully trust her?
Correct.
And that she was not going to be scamming you or taking advantage of you?
Correct.
And you were 100% certain of that?
Yes.
You are the exception, because that turned out to be just the case. And I'm still not a fan of the long distance romance. I think you would concur.
Absolutely. Now that I look back, I'm like, wow, what did I did that?
Yeah.
I actually did that, because I could have been open for so many problems there.
So I like to, on the channel, I still like to put out my little warnings that it's okay to meet somebody, it's okay to chat with them, but when the money starts getting heavy or the demands start coming through, that's where the red flag goes up. But we're just going to skip all that. Consider yourself warned.
Absolutely. And Paul, I just assume, coming from the United States, they have escrow companies. They have title companies that insure if there's a defect in the title. It's the Wild West out here, you guys.
Yeah.
It's the Wild West out here.
Yeah.
And you better know how to spin that gun, because if you don't, it could sting.
Well, that's what we were talking about a little bit before this. This is the first time that we've actually met one another. And I said that I think that he was guilty of what I was guilty of when it came to this whole house building thing and land buying thing. I still have that United States American state of mind of title companies and escrow, and that you can trust the lawyer. A lawyer, God, you hire a lawyer in the States, he's going to fight for you.
Oh, yeah.
He's going to push. He's going to try to get you not guilty or
Absolutely.
through the divorce or whatever the case might be. And out here, that's just not the case.
No.
And we all found that out the hard way. So you started building the house after about a year.
Correct.
And I'm going to assume that you had decided, well, the Philippines is going to be my new life. That's where I'm going to reboot, recharge, and drop the rest of it. And I'm going to come out here and start over, or start afresh and anew.
Yes.
Okay.
Correct.
And I found this lovely woman, and why not build a house so that when I get there,
I have a place to
it's
stay.
up and done. And on paper, that looks great. What happened in reality?
Well, after some time, sending the money to buy the land, of course, right? I assumed that she knew, well, the paperwork on the transfer. Like, I'm thinking in my head, okay, yeah, she'll go to the escrow company. Well, that stuff doesn't
Why
exist.
wouldn't she? She's a local. She's got all that local
Yeah,
knowledge, right?
You would
Yeah.
think this.
You would.
What is it
You
with
do.
that? What's
You
going on
do.
with that, right?
You do, because we believe what we want to believe. That's why it
guess
happens.
so. It helps us to sleep at night, maybe.
Yeah.
But so everything went fine with the land, the purchase. However, I didn't find out literally until we went to sell it. Right, this January, actually, this year is when we sold it, January. But I just found out. Oh, you mean that was a mother title? What the heck's a mother title? What do you mean?
So she bought the land, made the deal. It was a mother title. You weren't even aware of that. You just thought when she bought the land, everything was cool and groovy. Okay.
Right, yeah.
So then what happened? You started building.
Well, we built, and we built what we wanted to build, and I know in the U.S. it's the same here. If you want to get a divorce, build a house with your wife. That's the quickest way to do it. So if you don't like her, just build a house. So yeah, we were doing like the messenger back. That's the wrong toilet. I know. Get the one that has this lid. No, So we went through all the tile color. Anyway, we made it through that, so it actually strengthened our relationship.
Okay.
So there is a plus side, an upside to that if you make it through it.
But there was a little friction between the two of you?
Yes. Yeah, she doesn't yell. We don't argue, but she'll walk away. It's one, she's one of those like
a micro tampo.
Yeah, micro tampo. Yeah. She'll walk away for an hour
till she cools off.
Then she'll come back.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
I'm looking at one second. I'm looking at tile colors. The next second, there's nobody in the video. I asked her son, where did mom go? Dad, I'll call you back in about an hour. And that tells me it all. So we got through all that. She hired her stepbrother actually to be a foreman.
Okay.
Which was great. It worked out.
Awesome.
Until he started picking colors that we didn't pick out. He started building sinks in the kitchen. We didn't choose. Anyway, the guy thought he had free reign of doing what he wanted, So we got through that. We had to let him go. She hired another family member. I knew that wasn't going to last long, and it didn't. So basically, we got through the house. The house was built. My first scam with the house wasn't actually with the contractor of the house.
But you got scammed.
I got scammed, and I'll tell you how.
Okay.
There was a gentleman, and I'm being really nice when I call him that,
Yeah.
who came out and said, I can put up a satellite dish for you. This was before Starlink was introduced to the Philippines, right?
Okay.
I said, I need it because I couldn't leave. I needed to, I had business online still, and I was so worried about what if I don't have internet? What am I going to do?
Sure.
So he sold me on this beautiful satellite dish he's going to put in the backyard, and he needed $275K up front to get it started.
Okay.
He gave me some references, which, I was guilty not really checking them out. I figured if he gave them to me and their number, they'd be okay. Mm-hmm. Otherwise, he wouldn't. Or they're his friends. I don't know. But, so anyway, all in told, it ended up, I was out probably about $500K in that scenario.
500,000 pesos.
Nothing went up.
Close to $9,000-$10,000, depending on the exchange rate.
And you know what? My wife told me, stop giving him money. She warned me.
That's a good girl right there.
She told me, yeah. She said, stop it. But anyway, so, I took the hit on that. We got through that part of it. The only other things I got scammed on with the house was, my wife discovered that he was marking up materials left and right. Which, again, I don't mind. In the U.S., the general contractor is usually a 10% markup, so we see, on paper. But yeah, so I got scammed maybe for another $200K.
Okay, we're up to 700.
So we're up to about 700. So that's the total I got scammed in the whole deal, because after that, she learned to start buying the materials directly, and she knew the whole logistics chain of who was going to deliver it, who was going to, how it was purchased, where it was purchased. I told her, she told me, actually, I didn't tell her, she said, we got to start buying materials at Triumph and City. They're reputable. I know we can go to these little local, but we were discovering there was 2 different receipts, Paul. They would give the contractor guy, one receipt, and then he would give us a different one.
Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, so we got through that house. We got through it.
And so when did you actually physically come over to the Philippines, meet your wife, and see your house? Was the house done by the time you came over here?
It was done enough, yes.
Okay.
Yeah, it was livable. There was no long span awnings. We didn't have any of the comforts, the ancillary benefits to it, but it was done enough, and it was beautiful. We had a beautiful infinity pool. I took and I bought the plans online. You can go and buy plans online, and then I just revised them myself, and I emailed them all out to the Philippines. They made adjustments. They did a good job. My wife kept to them pretty much, and we expanded. Look, anyone who comes out here to build a house, if you budget $2 million, $3 million, $5 million, whatever, 10, 20, whatever, always about 40%. I know that sounds a lot, but it's true. It's true, Paul, I'm telling you. So we ended up, for the $2 million budget, I ended up probably close to $5 million on the house.
Walk me through meeting your wife through the first time.
Oh, wow. Yeah, it was at Silay Airport in Bacolod. Okay, I flew in there. Into Manila first, of course, and then...
Of course.
Yeah. So, I met her at the baggage claim area there. It was her and her daughter, Shanessa, and her son, Jade, who you met
just met her.
And it was just so surreal. It was. I know people overuse that word, but it really was so surreal. It was like we already knew each other, because we had been...
3 years, right?
Yeah, 3 years, 3 times a day. And the time difference wasn't a problem, because I started work in the U.S. at about 2:30 a.m.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and I would work to about 5 or 6 at night.
Okay.
So, so it worked out well for us. We, nobody woke each other up. We were already up.
Awesome.
So, and she used to live in the back of a church, Paul. That's where her and the kids lived. And her job was to take care of the church for free rent. So she is a true provincial girl.
Absolutely.
Deep in the province, does not care about money, does not care about any of that shit. Excuse me, I shouldn't.
That's okay. That's all right.
But she just doesn't. To this day, she keeps me on the budget track.
Amen to that.
Yeah. So she's been a plus to my life. Again, the exception to the rules, Paul, is as you said, because I could have been just taken to the cleaners on this thing.
Oh, man.
I mean,
I can't tell you the horror stories I've heard. And it seems like you broke 3 of the most cardinal sins there is, and yet you survived it. In fact, you came out victorious.
Yes.
I just want to emphasize he's the exception, folks.
Yeah, don't do it, I did, because, or you could do it, but there's a way to do it. There's a special way to do it, and it's not online. It's not,
Let's take a look with hindsight being 2020 here. Walk us back through what you think was your biggest mistake, what you would change if you could hypothetically go back in time and change it. I know meeting your wife would not change.
Right,
you would have done the online thing.
Correct, yeah.
What would have changed? Would you advise these guys to wait till they get boots on the ground? I'll leave it up to you. I don't want to put words in your mouth.
110%. Even if you only come out here for 7 days, if you can't take off of work for that long, you know what? Come out here for 7 days even. Just physically, you need to see what you are buying. Even though you see pictures and videos, come on, we all know we can do that.
Absolutely.
With AI, especially now, that's
of course
crazy. See what you're buying, step on the dirt, and the next thing is the title. The mother title.
Yep.
What I would do differently, I'm not adverse to buying mother title, because generally you get a much better deal on the land. In our case, there was literally 12 heirs that had to sign off on the title. I didn't know this. So put boots on the ground, get out here. You make sure that document is signed. You fly from island to island if you have to. Get those signatures, because notaries out here is very different, as I'm sure you've learned, right?
Absolutely.
I mean, they don't all have to sit in front of the notary, which is always an attorney. The only notary in the Philippines, they're an attorney. That's how it works. So you take care of that part. If you get past that part with mother title, you're fine. Now, if it's clean title, skip that. Still go to boots on the ground. Still see what you're buying. You are not going to, if you're going to have to spend a month out here easily to get to know who the contractor is. Honestly, though, contractor is a word that scares me. I shudder when I hear the word contractor.
Yeah.
And it's sad because there are good ones out here. I know there
Attorney scares me.
Attorneys always scared me. Even in the U.S., attorneys scared me. And I won't say why because there might be a lot of attorneys that watch your show. I don't want to.
Well, there's good attorneys, bad attorneys everywhere.
Yeah, that's very
but
true.
out in the Philippines, I've yet to meet one that I have full confidence in. I'll just put it that way.
Correct.
And in America, like Better Call Saul, you want one of those kind of guys.
Great.
Matlock, you want him on your
Absolutely.
side.
Yeah.
And they exist.
Yeah.
But I think the point that we're trying to convey here is that you need to touch it, smell it, feel it with your own two hands. They may not know what you're talking about when you say a mother's title.
Correct.
So a mother's title, to cut it short, is simply where a grandmother died and she left it to her heirs, and there's 15 kids involved, and all 15 have an equal share or equity in that property. And if 14 sign off and one doesn't, you're not going to get a title. So prior to coming out here, if we're talking about building a house, then you're going to want to be here and you're going to want to have, well, I use a guy named JRC.
I know JR, yeah.
And he does an investigative report prior, and he'll tell people, don't buy the land because you're never going to own it. I was told that on 2 other pieces of property that I looked at. Don't buy it because you're never going to own it, and blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
So you, again, were extremely fortunate. Yet you sold the house. Why?
Because we live too close to her family.
Okay, here's another one.
That's a whole separate landmine that you will find out. And don't think that the Filipino you're coming out to meet doesn't have family.
Right.
It's guaranteed. And the family has family. So if you invite them over for dinner and you invite 4 of them, you better count on at least 20 to 40 of them coming over. That's how it is, I mean, it's just real talk.
All right, so here's the lesson. You got lucky when you met the girl online.
Yeah.
I think that I'll just inject my own opinion here. I think that's where you should have called it. Okay, I met the girl, and then you would have flown over and met her.
Yes.
And I take things in stages. I'm a 1, 2, 3, 4 guy. I don't want to jump to 4 until I finish doing 3. So. Make sure there's chemistry there. Make sure
absolutely.
that,
And there had to be.
because you can talk to somebody for 3 years and then the 2 of you get together, and I got to figure that you're going to have a certain bond and closeness after 3 years, especially on camera and talking 3 times a day. I think you're 90% of the way home.
Yeah.
Very few guys get past the first week, much less 3 years. And conversely for the women too. The guy turns out to be a weirdo. Right. But that being said, I think that, and you correct me if you think I'm wrong, you should have come out, just met the woman, made sure that was cemented, made sure that you got along together as well as being separated by an ocean and just talking online. And thank God that worked out for you. You guys, have physical attraction, there was chemistry, all that happy stuff. Then the 2 of you go out and start looking for some land.
Yeah.
Start asking more questions.
Correct.
Googling more, researching more. You can't research enough.
A lot of that happened. Yeah,
a
lot of that.
So you sold the house, and did you make a profit on the house? Or what happened with that? The house you decided to unload, the one you built online?
No, we did not make a profit. I never really intended to sell it, so I built it to not make a profit, if that makes any sense. I built it to our comforts, to my Western style. I wanted aircon in every room. I wanted a pool, I wanted a garden with a bridge and, whatever to please her. She likes her garden, as most Filipinos do. So, we actually lost probably about 3 million pesos on the house.
So that's approximately $55,000 he took a hit on. And that was primarily because the family was too close.
Correct.
Okay, so there you go. Another thing, Filipinos, I've said it 100 times, very close, very family orientated. That sounds lovely, and it is lovely. Yeah. However, it can become intrusive, especially for American guys like us We're fairly independent. I mean, you have a mother and a father. I had a mother and a father. They've since passed. But when I grew up, I wasn't attached at the hip to them anymore.
No.
I went off and led my own life. I would call them on Thanksgiving. I would come
Right.
over at Christmas or whatever the thing might be. And that was kind of the long and the short of it.
Yeah.
And I think that's kind of just the American way, is we're raised to be independent, self-sufficient, get out and bust a move and
Yeah.
make a buck and do that.
Exactly right.
And so I've always said kids are raised for export. They need to go out and start their own
I
life.
totally agree.
Right on. So here, that doesn't apply.
No. They are not only import, but they're a fixture.
Yeah.
Okay, they're a fixture.
So where did you end up moving to?
We moved to Bago City, which is about 2.5 hours. It's 20 minutes from Bacolod.
Okay.
I think people could reference that better. But
Okay.
so we're about 20 minutes from Bacolod. Number one reason, family. Number two reason, I wanted to be closer to medical care.
Okay.
You know, I'm 64 now.
Okay.
I mean, I'm healthy, but that's today.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
who knows what'll happen tomorrow.
Yeah.
So, and I had eye surgery, and my ophthalmologist was at the hospital in Bacolod. And so, those two reasons are huge, especially the family one. You know, we had the ring bell on our front gate. Our house. Yeah. It got to the point where, I might as well
Nonstop.
hang, donations here. You know what I mean? It's just like, yeah. So, and she, no, tell them I'm not here. You know, I'm covering for my wife now because her sister or whoever is coming. You know, so yeah. Can I borrow? Can I?
So did you eliminate all that? Where you're
Yes,
living now?
eliminated it because, and we love them from afar now.
Absolutely.
Love them from afar. We
Absolutely.
still love them. Absolutely. So.
Absolutely. This isn't about me, but today's All Saints Day. My wife hightailed it to Chateau, and I stayed here.
Yeah. It's a big event here. All Saints is a huge event.
Yeah,
here.
she's
Wow.
going to go visit her deceased mother.
Yeah.
She's going to go see her father. I gave her some money to give to her father, who's not feeling well, and all's cool for school.
Oh, good.
So
Good.
you are in Dumaguete until what, tomorrow or the next day?
Until tomorrow.
How do you like Dumaguete? Just
Oh, are you kidding me? I love it. And you want to know one big reason why I love it?
why?
House of Pancakes? The Pancake House?
Yeah, yeah.
You have a pancake house.
I
right?
know.
You have a pancake. I
know.
mean, you
I
guys
know.
don't
We have a
under-
house of pancakes.
Well, they understand.
Yeah.
But not when you get here and you don't see those Western restaurants here. I can get tacos. I get tacos at the Pancake House. And
Yeah,
for me,
that's what my wife eats there.
yes.
Yeah.
You can't get them anywhere. I mean,
No.
they're not like. Anyway, so yeah, I'm just.
Well,
going on.
how do you like Bacolod? I hear Bacolod's
Oh,
very nice.
Bacolod's great. Bacolod is a mid-rise sort of a condo territory.
Yes,
so,
it is.
You know, it's nice. It's not Manila, which I like. I like Manila for 3 days, and then I like to come back. So, Bacolod, I can go there almost every day for a couple of hours, and we have great restaurants. We can eat, go back. So yeah, my doctors are there. You know, everything's there. So it's a great city. It's kind of midway point.
And you've built another house.
We built another house in Bago, and boy, did we learn, from the first house.
Good.
Got this house up in literally about 100 days.
Wow.
Yeah, about 100 days.
And is it everything you wanted?
Everything we wanted.
Do you feel that it was fair as far as the price?
Absolutely. We had a few little attempted scams
Oh,
in there,
of course.
but we already knew what to do with them. So,
All right.
Yep.
So you know what? It's like this is a very, very good story because he went through the ring of fire, as I call it, walk through fire, burn off the impurities, and you come out a little stronger and strengthened by it. And so you had a bad experience, but it didn't crush him.
No, it didn't.
It didn't kill him. It didn't flatten him. And so my hat's off to this young man right here. He picked himself up, put his pants on, sold the house at a loss, called it a day, put it in the history books, came out, got away from the family, corrected all the mistakes, and then built a beautiful home out here. How much did you pay for this, if you don't mind me asking?
We stole the land, basically. Wow.
Okay.
We paid 80 pesos a square meter for the land.
Oh my God.
We bought 5,000 square meters of land.
Beautiful.
Because it's in a rice field, we built a private road from the national highway to our gates.
Awesome.
For $1.1 million. So, but we saved so much on the land.
Sure.
We had money left over
The
to build
land
the
was
road.
next to being free.
Yeah, it's exactly. We even cut 7 parcels out of the land that we're selling. So we'll get 3 times back on the parcels that we cut to pay, So yeah, it's thank God it worked out really really well for us.
It just goes to show that you put one foot in front of the other, you move forward, learn from your mistakes,
Yeah.
and rock and roll.
Yeah.
Keep on keeping on with the dream.
Absolutely.
And so I'm so happy that you came to Dumageddon. Let's get one quick question in,
Sure.
because I get this a lot. Bacola, Dumageddon, is there a big difference, or are they very similar? Is there a preference? I know it's an individual taste thing, so let me get your spin on it.
Dumageddon is better for restaurants, nightlife. Bacola really doesn't have any nightlife, but you've got a lot more of that here. Dumageddon is, of course, better for expats if they want to, do like the meetups and
What
things
we're
like
doing
that.
right now.
What we're doing right now, yeah, because Bacola is really nice if you kind of want to. We chose to live a little outside of Bacola, so it's kind of like if we were in Dumageddon living, I don't know, in what's just outside.
Right,
of Dumageddon,
right.
Yeah, so we weren't in the hustle bustle, but we're only 20 minutes away. But Dumageddon versus Bacola, I would choose. I would probably, for me, I would choose Bacola because I'm older. I'm low key. I'm not really looking for any late nights. I mean, I'm literally in bed by 9 o'clock, type thing. I'm up by 3 though. So yeah, Bacola's a better fit for me, but I could see a lot of people coming in. I think Dumageddon is a lot better soft landing.
Do you?
Oh yeah. I think so. I think people will be more comfortable here. They're more familiar. They'll see more faces that they psychologically recognize.
I get you.
And,
I find it. I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
You pop in, there's a couple of guys that look like you, and you can maybe make friends and ask a few friendly questions, or not. Depends on the guy.
It depends. Yeah. But in Bacola's a place where foreigners will still get that look from the women.
I've heard that.
Yes, you still get looks over there. You still get the
interesting.
And they'll smile, and they'll even wave.
Well, there you go. If you're a single guy and you're kind of looking for
it's a great place
the romance
to go.
angle,
it's not a saturated place yet.
Because Dumageddon is dead. I've said that before.
Yeah.
Those times have come and gone.
Yeah.
What else was I going to ask you? Well, what's interesting is that you and I are actually very similar in that I live 20 minutes away from Dumageddon.
Oh,
I'm up in the hills.
Oh,
I'm actually it's not quite as much province as you,
right?
But it's very, very far away from all the happenings. And as far as the nightlife, I want to clarify, is boulevard stuff with locals and celebrations and dancing and fiestas and eating and all that. As far as go-go nightlife, there's one goofy disco called the Why Not, and that's about the long and the short of it, okay? And we went there for my wife's birthday, and she looked at me and she goes, well, that's the last time we're coming here. I said, yeah, I agree, because we too are in bed by 9 o'clock.
Yeah.
So anyway, real quick, let's do a shout out. You got a little YouTube channel that you're doing for fun. It's a hobby, but I want to name it and I want to put a link to it.
Come out to the Philippines. Just all one word. Come out to the Philippines, and it's even got a .com webpage. So come out to the Philippines on YouTube, or come out to the Philippines.com. It's a small channel. We only have like a couple thousand, subs, but yeah, it's growing a little bit. I primarily just talk about our audience is the United States. That's 95% of our audience. So our videos are geared to that, and we like you. We just try to help people come out here and help them land on the right spot. We all want that. I think every YouTuber that does what we do, we just want that for others. We don't want them to, because I'm telling you guys, you can go from 5 million to 43 pesos overnight. Learn how it's done.
Yeah. Learn from our mistakes instead of making your own.
Absolutely.
And we're going to leave it at that.
Okay.
James.
Thank you, Paul.
Honor to have you on the channel, buddy.
It's been one for me.
Okay.
Thank you.
We'll see you crazy people in the next video.